welcome to the Lover's Lane collaboration with these four beautiful ladies. Make sure you go check out their channels in my description box. Hey guys, it's Sabrina with Sabrina's Craft-nanigans. Welcome to night number 2. Last night was fake bait. Tonight we are cruising down Lover's Lane. Oh yeah. So guys, go to my description box and you will see some amazing ladies channels. Shabby Meets Bling, Annie with Indie Annie Jones, Monica with Up All Night DIY, and The Secret Craft Room. And as we all cruise down Lover's Lane, check out that playlist as well as their channel links in my description box in the first pinned comment, and see what all these beautiful ladies create as we take this cruise down Lover's Lane. I am trying my hand at a little Shabby Chic and a little mousse. Let me know what y'all think as you go through this. Comment in the description box. First time I've ever tried the whole Shabby Chic romantic kind of thing, because it's not really me. I'm not, as obviously, I'm not the foo-foo, get it all fancy kind of, I mean, as you can tell behind me, and me myself, hot mess, getting hotter and messier, that I'm not the foo-foo kind of girl. But I am really enjoying the Shabby Chic thing. So you guys, as you watch tonight, let me know what you think, how I did. Give me any criticism, what you think, if I should knock it off and just go back to my normal, usual crazy stuff, or if I'm doing okay with this and keep at it and keep trying. I hope you guys enjoy the playlist tonight. Go to my description box. Go enjoy those ladies' channels that are our host in my description box and first pin link. I hope you guys have a good time. We'll see you in the craft room. Bye, y'all. Here we go, guys. DIY number 1. So I'm getting into this Shabby Chic thing. You guys make sure you let me know which one of these projects is your favorite, and if I'm doing an okay job. So we're gonna take 2 of these conversation hearts from Dollar Tree. We got the tags off, we got most of the paper off, and we're gonna make that the back. And I spritzed them with water to get some of that off. Make sure they're real dry. Now, I'm going to take my plaster by Waverly, and I only give those guys 2 coats, just on that side and the sides. Didn't worry about the back. I have this little scrapbook paper from the Hobby Lobby. It was 40% off. Couldn't wait till it was 50. Just couldn't help myself. Because look at all those pretty colors in there. Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh. Yes. Okay, and that written paper is a big just piece of scrapbook paper from Michael's, I believe. My friend Shelly gave it to me. Thank you, Shelly. So I picked out those 2 big pink squares, and then I just ripped the words to kind of go off to the side on opposite sides of both hearts. So we're going to take my Mod Podge here, and we're going to give it a good coat, since this cardstock or this scrapbook paper, whatever, is thicker paper. And I'm going to put my square on most of it and making sure it's all covered. And then I'm going to take it and I'm going to make sure that my ripped piece with the written words over there, using my brayer there, make sure all the air bubbles and all that good stuff is out. And mostly my hand did a better job than that did, but, you know, it's all good. It's okay. I shouldn't be using that brayer anyway because that's for my vinyl. But, hey, you know, it's all good. So I'm going to do that to both of these. I didn't think I was showing you all of this, but I guess I am. So we're going to take this other piece of paper that coordinates beautifully with the straight paper, and I'm going to put that on that side. Use my brayer again, and then realize, no, let's just use my hand. That works out a lot better. Just making sure all the edges are sealed, and that's all up at the top. And then I'm just going to Mod Podge my strips of paper here right on the side, and then I'll sand it down. So you can see when I went to my strips with the writing, I put the Mod Podge just on the back to make sure I didn't get too much extra anywhere else. And then I'm just kind of fitting that on the side where I decided to place it. I'm just smushing it down, and I'm going to do that with the both of them right there. I didn't show you both of them this time like I did with the full square sheet of paper. And I'm going to let those guys dry up real good. And once they are dry, I'll hit them with my sander. But what I did first before I hit them with my zip sander is I cut most of the paper off, and then I wanted to use my lighter to do the burn method, only because, yeah, this is easy to sand around, but I wanted that burnt brownish on the edge. I just figured that'd give it a more rustic, shabby chic. Guys, I know nothing about shabby chic. I don't even know what I'm talking about. So, you know, I'm just going with what I'm thinking might look okay. So I just wanted to have that distressed and look like it was old. And then see that brownish? That's exactly what I wanted. That's why I used my lighter instead of just using my sander. See, there's the back. We'll worry about that later. Actually, I never worry about it because I don't give them away, and I'll fix it one day maybe. And see, and I even took my lighter to the edges where that writing paper met the big square paper because I wanted it to burn. And then I took my wipey, which got it wet, which rubs some of the ink and stuff off. And I really liked that. It just gave it more of a distressed, I guess you could say, look, like it'd been around for a really, really long time. Because this is like Victorian shabby chic. Anyway, I gave them both a coat of matte Mod Podge. Once that was all done, don't look over there at that sneak peek. You better stay tuned. That's coming up next. Now I'm using my Antique Wax by Waverly. I just go all the way around the edges, and then I really hit it in the middle where the heart meets there. And then I'm also hitting it around the edge of that writing, so it looks a little darker right around that edge. I do only show you the one heart, but I do it to both of them. If the distressing is not your thing and you liked them perfectly the way they were, if you didn't like lighting them up with the lighter, don't do that, guys. Do your thing. Okay, so now the fun part, the embellishments. Guys, I've got all sorts of ribbon. I've got bows. I've got burlaps. I've got jute. I got roses. I've got keys. I've got buttons. You name it, I got it. Well, I finally narrowed it down. So I've got this jute that was in my stash that is red and brownish color. And I'm going to wrap this, and I know you guys have seen these, but I really wanted to try this. So I know this is probably nothing new for a lot of you, but I had these hearts in my stash and a bunch of this other junk in my stash, and I'm really liking this. I never thought in my life I would do this foo-foo, shabby chic kind of stuff, but I really am liking it. So guys, make sure you let me know if it's okay, or do I need to change something, or is it looking okay? Just let me know. Anyway, so I wrapped that around a couple times to where they crisscrossed right there. And then I'm taking my lighter because being jute, I want all the fuzzies off. And it's got the Mod Podge on there now, so the paper should be okay. So did that to both of those. I'm only going to show you one of everything. I'm not going to show you both of them. I do the same thing to both of them to make them kind of coordinate. So all of these ribbons came from Dollar Tree except for the skinny pink that I got and that skinny black. Those came from Walmart or Hobby Lobby. And then I ripped apart that burlap and that lace ribbon that we could get at Dollar Tree. And then I cut that burlap in half, and I also cut off the wire on the sides. And I'm using that wire that was on the sides of that burlap ribbon. That's what I'm using to tie my little scrappy, messy bows together. And so I made both of them a bow. And then I'm just taking that edge of the burlap ribbon with the wire in it and scooting it under where the jute crossed. And I'm just tying it in the middle of that jute where it makes the cross right there on the heart where all the jute strings cross. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. And then I cut that off. And then I'll put a little bit of hot glue after I play with it. Guys, you have no idea how much I edited out of all this, of me continuously fluffing and straightening these bows everywhere. Oh my Lanta. Woo, I could fluff a bow for days. Anyway, I guess that's the fun of it all. So there we go. Got that one done, all cute and fluffy, and I'll do the same thing to the other one. Now we've got to put something in the middle. What do we put in the middle? I decided that those burlap roses and flowers were way too big, so I went into my button stash, and I found two buttons that were the same, and they kind of matched the paper with the writing on it, the creamy color. So I put that in the center of each one of the bows, and that's going to wrap those two guys up. No, I never got the back coated and with some paper on it, and it looks tacky, but you know what? That's okay. They're mine. I might wrap it up one day. I should have done it before I put the jute on. But there they are. Aren't they so pretty? I think they turned out pretty. But if there's something you'd like to see other than that, let me know. Here's DIY number 2, which you got a little sneak peek of. So this was from the Dollar Tree several years ago. And I've got me some like cardboard packing that came in a box and some doilies from the Dollar Tree. And here's that paper. It's Recollection, so I'm assuming it came from Michael's. So anyway, we're going to remove that string, and then we're going to pull this paper off. I was able to pull most of it off, and that was really thick paper that was on there. But we got to get out the water. We got to spritz it down. We got to let it soak. And then we're going to get our scraper, and we're going to scrape it, and I'm going to get all that off. And I'm even going to get the stickers off the back. And then I did give it a little sanding to kind of smooth it all off. And I made sure it was really dry as well. Make sure if you do that wet thing to get that paper off, that it is dry before you paint it. Presto Magico with the plaster Waverly paint. I gave it just one coat. That's all it needed, because we're going to be covering this with the scrap paper, the cardboard, and the doily. So I only gave it one coat, mostly for the sake of it's going to show through on when the doily, wherever the doily goes. So anyway, got these doilies at the Dollar Tree, of course. And these are the creamy colored ones. They have a white and they have a creamy colored one. This is the creamy colored one. I'm only going to use one. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a little batch of coffee stain, which is pretty much instant coffee and some water. So there's my water. Going to just dump some instant coffee in it. And I'm going to stir it up with the paintbrush there. And then I'm just going to take it and I'm going to take the doily and I'm going to stuff it in there. And we're going to set it to the side and let it soak for a while. The longer you let it soak, obviously, the darker it's going to get. So I probably only let it soak for maybe 30 minutes while I was busy doing some other things. So now we're going to take our scrapbook paper. And I'm just going to cut that strip off the top up there because we obviously do not need that. And now I'm trying to think, okay, where do I want everything? Let me see. Let me ponder. Okay, so I don't want to use scissors because we know we don't want those fine line cuts. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to rip a piece off. So that other piece that you just saw me put over to the side, that's what I did on the little hearts. I actually did this heart first and then I did the little ones. But I wanted to save this second and make y'all stay. I'm making y'all sit there and watch me. Anywho's, gonna get the Mod Podge out again. Here my Mod Podge bottle was getting pretty low and it was giving me trouble and yeah. So I'm just gonna brush the Mod Podge on there where I'm gonna put my scrapbook paper on that side of the hot right there. Just gonna press it down, make sure my edges are sealed really good. Press, press, press. I'm using my scraper here with the spongy end because I didn't want to end up ripping the paper. Now my Mod Podge bottle is full. I filled her up. And so now I'm going to give it a top coat and make sure especially those edges right there are sealed really good. So once that is all sealed up, good, done, ready to go, we're just going to let her sit there for a second. And I keep cleaning up and I'm sorry you have to watch all that. Yep. Okay. That's the OCD kicking in. You wouldn't believe that if you saw the craft room itself. Anywho, okay, so we've let that sit there for a little while. I'm going to go and I rinse that out in the sink. So now you can tell the difference. That's the other cream colored one, not the white one. So you can really tell a difference. So here I'm playing with it, trying to decide, okay, where do I want that? I know I don't need that big chunk of the cardboard corrugated stuff, which is kind of cool because I didn't have to worry about ripping off the one side. You already saw the ridges. And now I'm going to give that a rip. Where it's going to be, give a rip on the heart, just like I did with the scrapbook paper. So before we go any further, now that I've kind of decided where I want the placement, I'm going to take my zip sander, and now that that is dry, I'm going to sand off that extra paper around the edge there. Da-da-da! And now I've got my doily, and I did not hit record. Actually, I hit it and then must have hit it real fast twice, and you didn't see me. I used Aleene's tacky glue, put it all over the rest of the heart, and stuck the doily down. And then I took some more Aleene's tacky glue and put some more, and then stuck the cardboard on. And you can see my doily, the way I got it set up, it kind of has that flower petals right in the middle. I'm going to set all those bottles on that to press it down to make sure that glue adheres, and I'm going to leave this overnight. See, you see the two little hearts up there. I gave it to y'all backwards. So here's the next day. Everything is good and dry. Everything stuck very well. I'm just going to take my little X-Acto knife here and I'm going to get rid of the cardboard. And then I will use my scissors to cut the extra doily off the edge. And yes, I keep it. I do not throw it away. I'm going to cut off all the little extras. I'll get my zip sander and get after the cardboard a little bit. Make sure it's all nice and smooth around the edge. And there we go. There she is. I thought she came out pretty. Now we're going to hit it with the antique wax, of course. And Moose is going to help us out. Sorry for the butt in the face for the next few seconds. First of all, I'm just kind of giving that cardboard a coat. And you can see I'm brushing it off. I'm offloading it onto my paper towel. And I'm getting it where everything kind of meets along the edges of the ripped cardboard, the edges of the doily, just like I did on the little hearts where the papers met. And then I'm just kind of going all over it. I went all the way around the edges. And what I'm doing right now is just getting those flower petals kind of in the middle of the doily right there. So I'm really liking that. I liked how it came out. If you don't like the distress, don't do it. We're going to use that same jute twine to wrap around. I had already done it because I was trying to test it to see where I wanted it and then how much I needed. And then I cut it, and now I'm letting y'all watch me do it because, you know, you don't know how to wrap cord around a heart, I guess. You know, anyway, guys, I'm sorry. This hot mess is getting hotter and messier. Anyway, I wrap that around just like the two little ones because I kind of want them all to kind of go together. So there we go. Got that. And I'm going to put some glue right underneath where they all meet right there so that nobody slips and slides all over because I don't have the hang of this yet. You guys let me know. Are you liking this one or did you like the little hearts first? Does this even look like shabby chic? Am I on the right track right here? Here we go. I'm going to burn my jute twine again because I hate all those fuzzies. And if it leaves burn marks on the other stuff, don't care. I'm enjoying this. There's that ribbon from the Dollar Tree. And I left it all whole this time. I have 3 loops on both sides. So I wrapped it around 6 times. I'm going to find my center here. And then I'm going to cut just a little bit. And I'm going to take the edge of that burlap that was left over from when I cut the little pieces for the little hearts. And wrap it around there in the middle and give it a good cinch. Give it a good tie. And then knot it up. And this will allow us to pull this out. Now Bees wants to play because he sees, oh, look, string flying around. Yeah, let's go. Yeah, kids were having fun today. So I'm going to fluff this out, and I'll fluff it out for 20 minutes, but I'll only make you watch it for 10. I did dovetail the ends of the ribbons there to make it pretty. I'm going to take that jute, and I'm going to slide it up right underneath the twine that is going through the heart to attach that down. So I'm going to give that a good double knot right there, right there. Here she goes. Yep. Here comes the Bees. He wants that pink ribbon. Say, here, Mom, put this on. Now I'm going to sit on it. Yeah. Thank you, Bees. Okay. So there we go. Got the ribbon on. Now I'm going to fluff for 15 minutes and only make you watch for 5. Okay. So there's my ribbon, but we've got to have more. So I'm going to take those same ribbons that I used on the little hearts and give it another messy bow on top of the loopy bow. So there we go. Same kind of ribbons. I'm using the jute twine that we wrapped around it to tie in the middle. And yes, I grab it with my teeth here and pull because I have fumble fingers and I can't tie a bow for the life of me or tie a knot. How do you guys do it? How do you guys tie things and keep it tight? I can't do it. Man, if anybody's got any pointers on how to make a bow, I got to watch some tutorials. That's all there is to it. Anyway, okay, so now that I've got that tied real tight, I'm going to take it. Before I put that on, here's some keys. Just these little MDF cardboard little thingy keys from the Dollar Tree. I'm going to take this one right here because it kind of looked hearty-ish, I guess. Like a heart, not really a heart, but loopy. And I'm going to string one of the strings through the key. And then I'm going to make sure that that gets on there and tied on pretty good. I'm trying to see how far I want to hang it down before I glue this shaggy bow on top of our loopy bow. And I'm going to make sure that that gets tied on. I know this was not the right way to do it, but that's the way I did it. And if this holds together, it'll be a miracle. So far, so good, though. Hey, nothing a little hot glue doesn't fix, right? Hot glue, duct tape, it's all good. So now that I've got that and it hangs where I want it, I'm going to place this in the center of my loopy bow. Make sure everything is where it needs to be. I'm going to take my hot glue. Come, Sabrina, grab the hot glue gun already. Jeez. Okay, thank you. And I'm going to glue that down just like this. I put some glue on this side, and then I do put some glue on the other side. I'm taking my lighter right now, just singeing the ends of all those ribbons and my fingers so that they don't continue to fray and ravel anymore. So, and I didn't dovetail except for my big bow on the bottom. But it just left it cut where it was. I just left it like it was. And there she is. Ain't she pretty? With the little key in the middle. But of course, you know, we got to have something in the middle there. Something got to go in the middle. So I'm thinking, okay, now this heart's bigger. So I'm thinking I want one of these burlap roses that came from the Dollar Tree in the fall. That looks really good. I like that. But these roses that are just foam roses from the Dollar Tree, they're out right now. I like that better, but it's too bright. So I'm having a hard time. Which one do you guys like? I'm going to end up choosing the foam creamy one here, but I'm going to put some antique wax on it. So I'm just going to dip my brush again and offload it, and then I'm going to go all over this thing, make sure I get in between the petals, the outside, and I'm making sure it stays fluffed so I really get in there. So now I like this a lot better because it looks just like the doily and the paper over there. So that's what's going on. What would you guys have rather have? Do you like this? Did you like it better just cream colored? Or would you have done the burlap rose? I'm really liking this one. But, hey, you guys might have liked that burlap because that burlap rose did look good. I'm poking the holes back where the holes were in there to begin with, where that red hanger was. Just use my weeding tool from my Cricut. And I poked it from the front to the back. That way the paper pushed to the back. I'm going to use that same jute twine. I'm going to cut me off a big old piece here. And then I decided I need some beads. These beads are from Dollar Tree. They're the packs of the wooden ones, like in black, the brown, the white, and the cream. So I'm taking cream color, the brown, and the black, because that kind of mixes with our ribbons and our other colors we have going on here. And I'm just going to do a cream, a black, a brown, a cream, a black, a brown. And I put 12. I think I put 12 of them on. You put an even number. That way when you go to hang it, you got 6 on one side, 6 on the other side, and it doesn't hang lopsided. I'm just weeding. I'm just sliding that jute through from the front to the back, and then I'm tying about 3 knots so that it doesn't slip back through. And then I got me a long enough piece of ribbon. I could have probably done 10 signs, but you know what? That's okay. And anyway, better to have more than not enough. Remember, you can always add, but you can't take away. Wait, you can take away, but you can't add. Yeah, that's it. I think. Maybe. Yeah. Anyway, so I'm going to double knot that about 3 times. So that'd be a triple knot. And then just making sure it doesn't go back through the hole. I'll trim it. And then I also put some hot glue on the knots and cover them with a little bit of tape for more security on that. But I'm not going to show you that because you guys know that. And if not, I've got it in other videos. Okay, so I stole some of this off a beautiful flower bouquet I got at Walmart just the other day for $5. Oh my gosh, Walmart has some amazing florals, guys. You get your money's worth out of that. Whew. So I stole these off that pick. And I'm just tucking these under the loops of my bow just to give it a little pinky in there. Yeah, and I'm loving it. Look. Ah, so is this good, guys? Is this shabby chic? Am I doing okay? All right, DIY number 3. So I've got this little metal watering can that I got at Michael's like a year ago, and it was this bright yellow color, like the yellow on that tag. But I painted it and with plaster, and then I also put the baking soda in it so it gave it some texture, and then I went over it with my antique Waverly wax. And every season I change out the florals in it, and I also change the ribbon that goes around it. So I'm showing you the florals I got from Walmart. That little sprig with the hearts, that came from Hobby Lobby, 40% off. Then I've got all these scrunchies. Guys, I have all these scrunchies because I was supposed to do the Just Our Imagination Challenge with Kathy Jo and Brenda from Rustic and Lace DIY and Kathy Jo DIYs. But I did not have a chance to because of life happening. So I had bought like 10 scrunchies because that was one of our challenge items. And I was going to use it like ribbon. So that's exactly what I'm going to do right here. What I'm doing is I found the seam where the material was attached. I snipped it and I pulled the elastic out, and then I just cut it completely in half. Then I did that to all three, and then I took them and I went ahead and cut all of them apart so that I have 2 pieces of each one. And then there's some more of the burlap and lace and twine, and I'm going to put that all together, just stacking it up. We're going to use the twine there to tie it all together, and then we're just going to tie it around underneath the lip of the watering can right there. Easy as that. But I do this for every season usually. You could go back and look at some of my older videos, and I have done it, I know, for like 4th of July, and yeah, I might have done it in the fall. Might have forgot about it because it got stuck in the closet. I don't know. Anywho, that was the purpose of it, was to redo it every holiday. Anyway, so I got a metal key there in my stash. Thank you, Shirley. And I'm just taking some of that extra jute and tying that metal key on the end of the jute. I'm putting some hot glue and just kind of making sure everything kind of stays in one place and doesn't start falling and sagging. I'm going to put some glue on that knot that I put on the key to make sure that that stays all connected and together. I'm going to take some more of this lace from the Dollar Tree. Oh, by the way, all those scrunchies I bought at the Dollar Tree. Yep. And then, so now I'm just going to take my little bunny ears here, which I fumble with. And yeah, anyway, after 30 minutes, I do get a bow out of this. How you guys do it so fast, I have no idea. I have fumble fingers. It's like I got 30 fingers instead of just 10. I don't know how to make a bow. Anyway, so I got me a bow made right there, and I'm going to glue that at the top of the key to kind of just cover up that knot. And then I'll trim everything down, and then I also give the scrunchy ribbons a haircut too, and some of the burlap. Okay, so that big old flower pick, that came from Walmart for $5. Guys, look at those beautiful flowers. And over there to the side, they're the whitish ones with the peak in the middle. Those were magnolias from Dollar Tree. They were beautiful. And then those other little ones were the peonies or ranunculus. I didn't end up using those. Bees, it's tearing down my blinds in the house. My gosh, y'all. Anyway, I am no florist. You saw that there was a piece of floral foam in there, but I just stuffed these in since it just has a skinny opening at the top. And I'm just kind of shoving and stuffing these in just to please my eye and if it looks good or not. I'm just going to take a couple of these little sprigs and cut them off and stick them in there. And that'll about do that for that. And I just got it ready to go with my shabby chic stuff since I hadn't done it in a long time. And I thought it turned out really good. So guys, is this shabby chic? Does this look okay? Which one of these was your favorite? Is it the water can right here? Is it the 2 little hearts? Is it the big heart I made? I like them. But is there something I need to do to tweak it? Do I need to brighten it up? Do I need to add more color? I mean, y'all help me out here. If you like it, let me know. If you want to see me do more of this, let me know, because I'm more than willing. Or I can go, if you're like, dude, girl, you suck at this, go do back to what you were doing. I am more than happy to do that too. But I was pretty proud of these, but you guys let me know. I love you guys so much. I hope you enjoyed today. Like, subscribe, check out that playlist. I love you.